Hi, beautiful soul. Welcome again, and thank you for being here. My name's Shauna. I'm sure you caught that in the intro. Today, I want to actually talk about, we're just going to dive right in. What does leadership look like? What does leadership with love look like? And leadership by the values that you choose. I was thinking about this and remembering different retreats I've been to, and you probably have experienced the same, whether it's a healing retreat or an executive workshop. And it happens where you are asked the question about what your values are, and you can journal it. And if you haven't done this in a while, or you've never done it before, it's a very deeply, profoundly valuable exercise to actually look at what matters to you. What do you wish to embody in this world? What do you want to see in the world and contribute to as the kind of person you are being? Because who you are being, it should inform what you do and can so beautifully. And that to me is a form of leadership, both for yourself, so you can align with your own values, and who you are being in the world, which impacts everybody that you come in contact with. So that is my first practical tip in terms of leading with love in your own life, is to invest some time, again, if it's again, to figure out and decide nobody else's values, not what anybody else wants you to do, but your own values. What matters to you? As we said, it could be freedom. It could be peace and calm. It could be like mine is love, no question about it, but peace is right up there. And so one of the ways that I know that I embody love and choose love is I tell myself, my mantra is heart open no matter what. Just as an example, this is something that I've said to myself so many times that it's my default, heart open no matter what. And you have to know that it is not always easy. It takes a lot of courage sometimes to keep my heart open no matter what. But that is my chosen value, my expression, my essence, my choice of embodiment in this world. And so it would be really, really good for you in terms of leadership in your own life. And as we said, interactions with others, to choose those values, because then you can go out and have this undercurrent of this is who I am and what I am. And so when life happens and things get thrown at you, you can respond as who you chose ahead of time to be, instead of reacting, as we all have done, from unconscious patterns, immediately getting triggered into a pattern, your child self or your angry self or your pain body or however you want to look at it. It's not a pretty sight when two people's patterns are going at each other or fighting. It's just so not from the heart, and we all can do better. And that conscious awareness and presence to what really matters to us as we take that out into the world is really, really becoming more and more and more valuable. So that is my first suggestion to you, because I thought I maybe want to bring you some practical tips today instead of just talking about love. Like I said, it's a bit amorphous, and it's really, the values that you hold are intangible, but they are forces of nature, and they are meant to come through you, and you are meant to stand on them, to have a life that has a meaning to you and impact, positive impact in this world. So I just wanted to touch on a couple of other tools, or I guess you would call them tools, of how you can also bring your values into your life and thus be a leader and show leadership with love, or with whatever it is that you might wish to express and share in the world. So deciding, as we said, can be amplified and enhanced by things like meditation. If you meditate in the morning, you journal at night, it allows you to get into your center, get into your own energy, and access what is important to you. Access messages, downloads, even if they're from your higher self, from the recesses of your brain, however you want, from your heart. Meditating is such a beautiful way to get quiet and let the chatter just dissolve, so that you can access that space of centeredness inside of you. And the beautiful benefit of that flows from that, is you get into this space of being fully who you really are, and then you can take that out into the world. And it allows you to be less reactive in circumstances that you normally or would have previously been super triggery in. And so then you're showing up as more of yourself, and you're bringing more of those beautiful values to whatever the situation is, even if it's just someone in the grocery store or someone passing you on the street. But it can be beloved family and friends, it can be colleagues, it can be clients. Everything that you do that deepens your access to your own values is a benefit to everybody in your life. And journaling, as I said, is another one of those tools. So if you spend a little time at night investing in decompressing and thinking about your day and pivoting back to your heart and to what you want to ponder and think about as you're sleeping, you'll wake up and then you meditate, just as an example of a possible routine that you could have. And then you really are bringing more of yourself to your day instead of your patterns. And then in the moment, the last thing that I'll leave you with is there are lots of tools for this. When something really does just get under your skin instantly, it pushes your buttons, there are lots of tools you can use when your nervous system gets triggered, such as EFT, emotional freedom technique. So you can do some tapping, for instance, along your collarbone, just as a really quick example, but there's lots. There's breathing, deep breathing, to calm your nervous system back down, to get back into what you said you wanted to be. You can go out, take a walk, take those deep breaths, do whatever it takes to just calm yourself and reset yourself, and then show up as, consciously, intentionally as, what you said you wanted to be. So this, to me, is leadership in action. It's leadership with love. It's leading with whatever value you might have. It could be peace, like we said. It could be any number of beautiful, beautiful values that we have as humans. And if we don't invest the time to figure out what those are, we're not going to live them. So that's my invitation for you today. I hope just these little few minutes were helpful, and that you can feel some of the love that I'm sharing with you, because that's what I've got. And I'm so grateful that you were here, and I thank you. And I wish you the very best day and the very best year and the very best life. Thank you. It's really amazing to walk this earth with you. Over and out. Wherever you are and whatever you're doing, I hope you enjoyed this episode and it helped you open your heart, feel inspired, and know that we are all connected. Please subscribe and share so this work can touch more people. This is how we co-create the world we want to live in. Thank you so much again for joining us, and talk to you next time.